by now we've all heard the news of what happened to Antonio Brown on Sunday, just up and leaving the stadium, throwing his shoulder pads on the bench. And there still is no 100% for sure answer of what went down and a cause, whether it was a teammate, Bruce Arians, the incentives, Antonio Brown's just straight decision to leave. No one knows. All we can do is speculate, assume, and take Antonio Brown's word or Bruce Arians, what he wants to say. But eventually it'll come out. But we're not here to debate of what happened. We're just going to talk about how I personally think that Antonio Brown is either completely done from football forever, or within a year he'll be back somewhere if a team gives him another chance, if he somehow cleans up his act, quote unquote, from ESPN when they use the word cleanup act. And what I mean by that is a desperate franchise or a poorly run franchise may give him another shot. Like, there's two teams that I think next year, I wouldn't be shocked if they signed Antonio Brown, like the Washington football team or the Jacksonville Jaguars, or the Houston Texans, just dysfunctional franchises that are desperate and just need talent. But then the other part of me just thinks that his career is over. I don't think that I personally don't think Antonio Brown will play another snap, but that part of me does believe that some random team, some dysfunctional franchise will give him another shot. And it makes you think how he went from pure dominance with Pittsburgh, future Hall of Fame career. He was by far a top 2 receiver of the decade and of our era and generation. The only other person that would be in talks with him when it comes to dominating the decade would be Julio Jones, because it was pretty much Julio Jones and Antonio Brown. Some would put one or the other at 1 and 2. You could flip-flop them, and I don't think anybody would be mad. He was just so dominant. And then his exit with Pittsburgh and going to, at the time, Oakland, and then forcing his way out of Oakland, playing one game with New England. Then a year and a half later gets signed to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a couple of games in the season. That's when he was brought in by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and really was very important during their postseason run and had a really good game in the Super Bowl and was extended on a 1-year deal in the offseason and was expected to have a major part. He got injured, missed a lot of time, but before he got injured this year, he was dominant. Multiple 100-yard games, a huge impact. And when Antonio Brown got hurt at the beginning of the season, the offense kind of struggled because he was so important to the team at the beginning of the season. And he came back for one game and dominated. He came back for that one game after his injury and had 10 catches for over 100 yards. And then the very next week throws his temper tantrum and is no longer a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. So at age 33, like I said, he's either done forever or he somehow makes another comeback at the end of next season or the year after that, at the beginning of the season, at age 34 or 35, with a team like the Jaguars, Texans, or any desperate team that doesn't really care about how their team is viewed and their locker room chemistry, which fits the Jaguars perfectly. So we'll see. And I wish Antonio Brown the best. And hopefully he gets his mental health to a healthy standpoint. And not only to just see him play football again, just for him as a human being. So hopefully he gets the help he needs and can live a healthy life.